North Korea showcases its industrial capacity through large-scale missile production. North Korean state media has recently released rare images showing the interior of the country's ballistic missile production facilities. Published on December 26, 2025, the images go far beyond ceremonial documentation and provide a direct glimpse into the core of Pyongyang's weapons industry. The photographs reveal long rows of short-range ballistic missiles from the Hwasong-11 family being assembled, coinciding with an inspection visit by Kim Jong-un. The decision to publicly display this process sends a strategic message that extends well beyond domestic propaganda. The missiles shown are known in the West as the KN-23 and KN-24, which over the past several years have become the backbone of North Korea's short-range ballistic missile force. What makes this release particularly significant is the strong indication that Pyongyang is not producing a single model, but instead manufacturing at least two different variants in parallel. This suggests a mature, sustained, and well-organized production program, rather than a symbolic or limited effort. Inside the production hall, bright green missile bodies are laid horizontally on supports, arranged in large numbers across multiple rows. Most units appear uniform in size and structure, with consistent external rings and joints, matching the known configuration of the Hwasong-11A, a solid-fuel short-range ballistic missile often compared to Russia's Iskander system. However, several missiles display noticeable differences in the placement of structural reinforcement rings and external design features, pointing to the presence of another variant. Such structural differences are not merely cosmetic. In missile engineering, changes in reinforcement ring placement typically reflect differences in internal layout, including propelling compartments, control systems, or guidance components. Based on these indicators, analysts assess that North Korea is likely producing two Hwasong-11 variants simultaneously, the 11A, well known, and a derivative version that has not yet been officially announced. The facility shown is also far from ordinary. Based on its layout and architectural characteristics, it is widely believed to be the February 11th factory in Hamhung, part of the Ryongsong Machine Complex, which has long been recognized as a central hub of North Korea's strategic weapons industry. Separate state media reports emphasize that Kim Jong-un ordered large-scale modernization of key munitions industries and a substantial increase in missile production during upcoming planning periods. This indicates that the visit was not symbolic, but a clear statement of national priorities. Technically, the Hwasong-11A is a single-stage solid-fuel ballistic missile measuring approximately 7.5 to 8.7 meters in length, with an estimated range of 400 to 800 kilometers, depending on payload and flight profile. It can carry a payload of up to 1 ton, including conventional submunitions or low-yield nuclear warheads, and is launched from a mobile transporter erector launcher, TEL, enhancing survivability and operational flexibility. Its primary advantage lies in its flight profile, which reduces warning time and complicates interception by missile defense systems. The other variant, Hwasong-11B or KN-24, has a different operational character. Its external appearance closely resembles the US ATACMS system and is optimized for high-precision strikes against hardened targets such as airfields and command facilities. The existence of these two variants demonstrates that North Korea is no longer relying on a single multi-purpose missile design, but is deliberately developing a family of short-range ballistic systems built on shared technology with distinct operational roles. The relevance of this missile program extends beyond the Korean peninsula. Since late 2023, North Korea is known to have supplied Russia with Hwasong-11A and Hwasong-11B missiles, which have been used in the war in Ukraine. By early 2025, an estimated 150 missiles had been delivered, with many already expended in combat. Initial reports indicated relatively high failure rates, including mid-air breakups and significant accuracy deviations. Over time, however, performance reportedly improved, with later strikes achieving deviations of only tens of meters. This pattern suggests an iterative learning process based on real combat data. For North Korea, the war in Ukraine effectively serves as a large-scale testing laboratory. Operational data gathered through Russian use would be nearly impossible to obtain through limited peacetime trials. At the same time, Russia benefits from additional supplies of maneuverable short-range ballistic missiles that complement its existing Iskander inventory and help offset shortages caused by prolonged conflict. The cooperation is therefore mutually beneficial for both parties. From a strategic perspective, the release of these production images highlights three key trends: an increase in North Korea's missile production scale, the industrial maturity demonstrated by parallel production of multiple variants, and the direct link between domestic production facilities and missile exports to Russia. Together, these factors undermine the effectiveness of international sanctions and blur the boundary between regional threats in East Asia and active conflicts in Europe. In this context, the images from North Korea's missile factory should not be viewed as a simple domestic show of force. They represent a deliberate message that Pyongyang possesses the industrial capacity, production volume, and political will to manufacture and export modern ballistic missile systems in significant numbers. For NATO and its partners, these developments serve as a stark warning that what is visible on the factory floor in North Korea today may shape the dynamics of global security in the years ahead.